They thought Earth would kneel. Instead, humanity annihilated their armada. Far out in space, beyond the orbit of Pluto, a massive fleet moved slowly toward the solar system. Its ships were unlike anything humans had seen. They were enormous, sleek, and glimmering with strange lights. Their size alone could crush entire cities. Yet Earth did not know it was being watched. John Carter sat in a quiet office in the Planetary Defense Command Center. He was a simple man, known for his patience and careful thinking. He liked numbers, patterns, and anything that made sense. For weeks, he had noticed unusual signals from deep space, but no one paid much attention. The galactic monitoring stations detected the fleet, but reports came in slowly, and most officials thought it was a natural phenomenon. John knew better. He leaned over the console, eyes fixed on the holographic map. The dots represented ships, hundreds of them, forming shapes he could not immediately recognize. "These aren't normal," he muttered to himself. He tapped a few keys, pulling up data on ship speed, direction, and energy output. It all confirmed his fear. The ships were moving with purpose. They were coming toward Earth. At first, John tried to warn his superiors. He contacted Commander Lisa Brown, a young officer in charge of early defense systems. Lisa was calm, practical, and always listened to logic. John explained, "Something is coming and it's not friendly. Their numbers are huge and they are organized. We need to prepare." Lisa frowned and studied the data. She saw the same patterns John had seen. Yet the world above her office acted like nothing was happening. Governments were busy with their usual politics, trade agreements, and small conflicts. No one wanted to believe an alien fleet could reach Earth unnoticed. "We'll monitor it closely," Lisa said, her voice steady. "For now, no one panics. We don't have proof they are hostile." John left the office feeling uneasy. He knew the signs were clear. He went home that evening looking at the sky. The stars were calm, twinkling in the night, hiding the truth that massive warships moved silently toward them. He could not sleep. In New York, Alex Morris, a fleet engineer, was busy in a hangar repairing old spacecraft. The ships were relics of past space missions, long retired and left to rust. Alex did not usually deal with warships, but he had a gift for fixing old machines. He had been called in after Lisa Brown ordered all available ships to be evaluated. As he worked, he overheard reports from the command center, whispers of an approaching fleet. People joked about it, saying it must be some space debris or a test from friendly aliens. Alex did not laugh. He knew better. "We need more than jokes," he said to his assistant, Rachel. "If these ships are real and if they are coming here to fight, we are not ready. Look at what we have: old engines, broken weapons. Nothing that can face something this big." Rachel looked worried but nodded. She had seen Alex work miracles on ships others considered useless. Maybe, she thought, he could do it again. On the other side of the world, in a quiet laboratory in Sydney, Lisa Brown's team worked on scanning the alien fleet. They had only brief glimpses through the deep space sensors. The ships were enormous, shaped like triangles and diamonds, with glowing lines across their hulls. Energy readings were off the charts. Any human ship would be destroyed instantly if it tried a direct attack. Yet Lisa and her scientists noticed something strange: patterns in their movement. The ships did not seem to communicate directly. They followed a formation that could be predicted. John Carter called her. "Lisa, I think I've found something. Their formation is repeating. It's almost like they are preparing for something. We might be able to use it against them." Lisa frowned. "Against them, you mean we have a chance?" "Maybe," John said. "If we can understand their pattern, we can set a trap. It won't be easy. If we fail, Earth could be destroyed." The next day, news of the fleet leaked to the media. Not much detail was given, just that unidentified objects were approaching the solar system. People laughed, thinking of science fiction movies. Governments issued statements saying Earth was safe. Panic was still far away, but fear began to stir in some hearts. Meanwhile, the alien armada moved steadily. The commander, a being of tall frame and silver skin named Vorin, watched the sensors. He had fought countless races, most of them weaker and slower. He expected the same from humans. "They will kneel," he said in a voice like grinding metal. "They will surrender and we will take what we need. Prepare the assault." His officers, smaller beings with sharp claws and many eyes, nodded. They had never faced humans before, but their history told them one thing: humans were primitive and unorganized. It would be a simple conquest. Back on Earth, John Carter and Lisa Brown gathered a small team of engineers and scientists. They worked in secrecy, analyzing the fleet and preparing the first defense. They could not reveal their plans to the world. Too much fear would cause chaos. Alex Morris brought old ships into position, moving them quietly to hidden bases near the moon and asteroids. Civilians with old spacecraft were recruited under the guise of maintenance projects. Lisa Brown coordinated energy shields and weapons that no one had seen in decades. As the days passed, tension grew. John spent long nights studying the alien fleet, marking their movement and predicting their actions. He noticed that the fleet, despite its size, had a weakness. It relied on formation and timing. A small disruption could create chaos among the enemy ships. He shared this with Lisa. If we strike at the right moment, if we target their command ships, we can make them fight each other by accident. They won't understand human tactics. Lisa nodded. We'll need more than weapons. We'll need courage. Every pilot must follow the plan exactly. One mistake and it's over. The first minor encounter happened near Mars. A small scout ship from the alien fleet approached human sensors. It expected no resistance. John and Lisa coordinated a minor trap, disabling the scout and capturing it without damage to the ship. The alien crew was stunned. "What is this?" one officer said as the ship went silent. The humans learned much from this single encounter. They found weaknesses in shields, engines, and communication. News of the capture was kept secret. The world continued as normal, unaware that the first step in humanity's defense had succeeded. John Carter smiled faintly. For the first time, he felt hope. Humans were stronger than the aliens thought. Cleverness, courage, and patience could turn the tide. Weeks passed. Alien ships moved closer to Earth. Governments began to notice the unusual activity of sensors and satellites. Rumors spread, but most people still believed it was a mistake. Children looked at the sky with curiosity, adults with unease. John and Lisa watched every signal, every movement. They were preparing for a moment the world did not know was coming. In a hidden hangar, Alex Morris and his team upgraded the old ships. Engines were repaired, weapons modified, and energy shields restored. The ships were still small compared to the alien fleet, but they were fast, smart, and dangerous when used correctly. Pilots trained in secret, learning formations and strategies that no human had tried before. Every person involved knew the stakes. Failure meant the end of human civilization. One night, John Carter looked at Earth from orbit in a small observation pod. He saw the planet spinning below, cities lit with life and hope. He whispered to himself, "They think we will kneel. They do not know humans. They do not know our courage, our strength. They will learn soon enough." As the alien Armada approached, its ships slowly entered the outer edges of the solar system. Vast and silent, they blocked the stars behind them. From their perspective, Earth was just a small, fragile world. Vorin smiled, believing conquest would be easy. He did not see the humans preparing, planning, and hiding strength that could not be measured by size or firepower. John, Lisa, Alex, and the hidden teams worked tirelessly. The fleet was ready. The traps were set. Humans waited in silence, hiding their fear and determination in equal measure. And then, finally, the first signal of real conflict appeared. Alien ships moved closer to Earth's orbit. The sun reflected off their metallic hulls, blinding even the most advanced sensors. But humans did not panic. They had waited for this moment for weeks. The first strike, small and precise, would show the galaxy that humans were not weak. They were dangerous. They were clever. And they would fight to protect their world no matter the cost. John Carter watched the holographic map one last time. He knew what was coming. He knew the first encounter would decide much, but it was only the beginning. The real test, the true human spirit, was yet to be revealed. And somewhere in the alien fleet, Vorin believed victory was near. He was wrong. The war had not yet begun, but Earth had already prepared. Humans would not kneel, they would not surrender, they would fight. And the galaxy would never forget it. The alien fleet moved closer to Earth. Their massive ships filled the skies beyond the moon, glinting in the sunlight. From a distance, they looked unstoppable, a wall of metal and firepower. Humans on the planet went about their lives as usual. Most of them did not even know what waited in space. Governments issued calm statements. News channels reassured people that everything was under control. The aliens believed humans were weak, frightened, and easy to dominate. They thought Earth would kneel. John Carter sat in the command center studying the latest scans. The alien formation was tight and orderly. Every ship had a place, every movement calculated. Yet John noticed something unusual. "Their formation is too rigid," he said to Lisa Brown. "If we hit the right spots, we can break them apart. They rely too much on numbers and patterns. They won't understand irregular tactics." Lisa nodded. "Then we will not attack like they expect. We will do something different. We have the element of surprise. We must use it well." In hidden hangars around the world, Alex Morris and his team worked day and night. Old ships, some abandoned for decades, were repaired, upgraded, and made ready for battle. Engines hummed as technicians tested their limits. Energy shields glowed faintly, weapons charged with power from new technology humans had rediscovered. Pilots trained relentlessly, learning formations that seemed strange to conventional war tactics. Every move was designed to confuse and disrupt the alien fleet. Alex walked among the ships, checking engines and talking to the pilots. "Remember," he said, "we are smaller. We cannot match them in size. We match them in speed, cunning, and teamwork. One mistake and it's over. Follow the plan, trust each other, and strike at the right time. Earth depends on us." His words sank in. Each pilot understood the risk, yet they were ready. Humans had a way of turning weakness into strength. They had fought many small wars on Earth, in deserts, oceans, and cities. This time the battlefield was space, and the enemy was unlike anything before. On Earth, civilians also helped in secret. Scientists like Mary Cole and Eric Hall worked on new weapons that could hit far beyond the range of alien defenses. They designed energy pulses that could disable ships temporarily, force disruptions in their formation, and even confuse the alien sensors. These devices were small but deadly in the right hands. Meanwhile, the aliens continued their approach. Vorin, the commander, believed Earth was already bending under their presence. He sent messages demanding surrender. Humans must stop all defense operations and give up control of the planet. The Galactic Council watched silently. No one thought humans could resist. The message was broadcast across space, clear and firm. But humans did not respond with fear. Instead, they prepared. John Carter coordinated small groups of ships, hiding their presence near asteroids, moons, and behind orbital debris. Lisa Brown worked on communications, making sure humans could talk to each other without the aliens detecting it. Alex Morris checked weapons, adjusting firing angles and energy levels to match alien weaknesses. Civilians tested small experimental devices, ready to support the fleet if needed. As the alien fleet entered the outer orbit of Mars, a small human ship, piloted by Kevin Ross, a young and fearless pilot, moved toward one of the alien scouting units. The scout was large and menacing, but Kevin had a plan. He activated a hidden energy pulse and sent it toward the scout. The alien sensors were disrupted. Their engines misfired and the scout drifted out of formation. Kevin followed carefully, scanning the ship's weak points. With one precise shot, he disabled the scout's engines completely. He returned to base, reporting the success. "One ship down," Kevin said, smiling. "They won't see us coming next time." John and Lisa studied the reports. It was a small victory, but it proved humans could hit the alien fleet without being destroyed. It also boosted morale. Humans were clever, unpredictable, and dangerous. The aliens were not ready for that. In secret, humans built decoy ships. They moved empty frames, old satellites, and fake energy signals to confuse the aliens. From afar, the fleet would see hundreds of moving targets, unsure which were real. The plan was simple but effective. Chaos could be created without direct confrontation. Alex Morris trained pilots to use this chaos. "Fly as you think, not as they expect," he said. "Move in patterns they cannot predict. Hit their command ships, then disappear. They cannot fight what they cannot see clearly." Lisa Brown worked on defensive shields around Earth's orbit. They were invisible, small, but could absorb massive energy blasts for seconds, long enough to give human ships time to act. Mary Cole and Eric Hall monitored the energy pulses, ready to guide pilots during the fight. Days passed. The alien fleet reached the orbit of the moon. Massive ships filled the sky, casting shadows over the Earth below. Humans waited quietly. No panic, no alarms, only preparation, calculation, and patience. Vorin believed victory was close. He ordered the fleet to spread out and prepare for an initial bombardment of the planet. The alien command ships moved forward, sending signals to all units. They expected humans to run, hide, or surrender. They expected nothing from the people they thought were weak. John Carter watched the holographic display. He could see every alien ship, every formation, and every weakness. He turned to Lisa. Now is the moment. We don't attack blindly. We strike where it hurts, confuse them, and make them fight each other. The first wave is small, precise, and calculated. If it succeeds, the rest will follow. Lisa nodded. We have trained for this. Pilots, scientists, and civilians all ready. We will not fail. The first human ships moved silently from hidden positions. Small, fast cruisers darted between asteroids, invisible to the alien sensors. Energy pulses were ready. Decoys moved in patterns designed to attract attention. The plan was simple: strike quickly, then vanish. Kevin Ross led one of the first groups. He approached an alien command ship, carefully avoiding patrols. With a precise shot, he disabled its engines. Confusion spread through the alien fleet. Without their command ship, smaller vessels moved in disorder. Other human ships joined the fight, hitting weak points, creating explosions and sending pulses that disabled alien weapons temporarily. The aliens did not understand. Their formation broke. Smaller ships collided, some drifted away from the fleet. Vorin roared in frustration, unable to restore order. Humans were not fighting like other species. Humans were clever, unpredictable, and relentless. John Carter watched every movement. "Perfect," he whispered. "Exactly as we planned, now we push further." Alex Morris moved his ships closer, hitting the outer edges of the alien fleet. Lisa Brown guided pilots using hidden channels. Every attack was synchronized. Humans did not fear death. Even damaged ships continued to fight, pushing forward. Alien shields were overwhelmed. One by one, enemy ships were destroyed or forced to retreat. On Earth, civilians watched the sky through news reports. Distant flashes of light were seen, but no one understood their meaning. Only a few who had been informed knew that humans were fighting an alien armada and winning. Morale grew silently, in secret. Vorin could not believe it. "They are stronger than we thought," he said. His officers were panicked. "We were told humans were weak. We were told they would kneel. Why are they attacking with such precision?" "We miscalculated, Commander," one officer said. "They are dangerous, unpredictable. We must retreat or risk total destruction." But retreat was not simple. Humans had anticipated it. Hidden ships blocked paths, energy pulses disrupted engines, and decoys kept aliens confused. Every movement the aliens tried was anticipated and countered. Humanity had turned weakness into strength, small ships into deadly tools, and courage into strategy. By the time the alien fleet realized the danger, it was too late. Humans had won the first strike. The aliens had suffered heavy losses, their formation broken, and their morale shattered. The war was only beginning, but humans had sent a clear message: Earth would not kneel. Earth would fight, and humanity could defeat even the most powerful foes if it used intelligence, courage, and unity. John Carter leaned back, exhausted but satisfied. Lisa Brown watched the reports, a faint smile on her face. Alex Morris checked the remaining ships, ready for the next strike. Civilians and scientists returned to their stations, preparing for what would come next. The first phase was over. Humans had shown the galaxy their strength. The alien fleet was in retreat, regrouping, and confused. The world above remained mostly unaware, but the people behind the scenes knew the truth. Humans were not weak. Humans were unstoppable when their home was threatened, and far in space, Vorin seethed. He had underestimated humans. He had believed in their weakness. He had been wrong. The next moves would be more desperate, more dangerous, but humanity had proven one thing: they would never kneel. The galaxy would soon learn that lesson, and it would not be forgotten the alien armada was in chaos. Their formation had been broken by the first human strike. Ships drifted, collided, and floundered in space. Commanders shouted orders, trying to regain control, but human tactics were unpredictable. They had expected this. Every move the aliens made had already been studied, countered, and prepared for. John Carter sat in the command center, watching the holographic map. He could see every ship, every movement, and every weak point. He turned to Lisa Brown. "They are trying to reorganize, but they cannot. Our first strike worked exactly as planned. Now we hit the second wave. It has to be precise." Lisa nodded. "Pilots are ready. Civilians are in place. Engineers are prepared. We push while they are weak." In the hidden hangars, Alex Morris prepared the next wave of ships. These were faster and smaller, designed for hit-and-run attacks. Energy pulses were fully charged. Decoy ships moved in patterns designed to confuse the enemy. Every pilot knew their role. Failure was not an option. Earth depended on them. Kevin Ross, who had led the first strike, prepared to attack again. This time, the target was the Central Alien Command ship. If it fell, the rest of the fleet would be leaderless and easy to defeat. Kevin's small cruiser darted through space, following a path invisible to the alien sensors. He was joined by Mary Cole, flying a sleek interceptor armed with energy disruptors. "Stay close," Kevin said over comms. "We move together, strike together, vanish before they see us." The aliens were trying to fight back. They had repaired some ships, realigned a few formations, and attempted to fire their weapons. But human tactics made targeting nearly impossible. Energy pulses, decoys, and unpredictable maneuvers disrupted their weapons. Several large ships fired blindly, hitting each other or missing entirely. Panic spread through the Armada. Vorin, the alien commander, watched the chaos with growing anger. "This cannot be," he growled. "Humans are supposed to be weak. They are clever, yes, but not capable of this. What is their secret?" One officer hesitated. "We miscalculated, Commander. Their ships are smaller, faster, and coordinated. They think in ways we cannot understand. We cannot fight them with brute force alone." Vorin slammed a claw against the control panel. "Then we destroy them anyway. Fire everything. Do not let a single human escape." But the humans had anticipated that. John Carter guided multiple groups of ships through hidden channels. Small interceptors and cruisers moved like shadows, striking at weak points. Alien shields failed, engines overheated, and weapons systems jammed. One by one, alien ships began to explode or drift helplessly. Alex Morris coordinated the attacks. "Focus on command ships, not the smaller units. Force confusion. Let the swarm take care of the rest. Timing is everything." Kevin and Mary moved closer to the alien central ship. Energy disruptors were ready. With precise coordination, they fired. The ship shuddered, systems failing. Alarms rang, but it was too late. The command ship's engines shut down, and it drifted, helpless. Alien ships around it collided in confusion. Vorin screamed in rage. "How? How can they destroy our command ship so easily?" "They are not like other species, Commander," one officer said. "Humans fight with intelligence and courage. They do not fear death, and they do not fight to survive. They fight to win." On Earth, people still watched the skies through news broadcasts. Distant flashes of light could be seen, but few understood what they meant. Hidden teams of scientists and engineers guided the battle. Energy pulses, decoy ships, and coordinated strikes made humans nearly invisible. The alien fleet could not understand the attacks. Every human move was calculated, yet unpredictable to the enemy. Kevin and Mary's attack had broken the backbone of the alien fleet. Remaining ships moved in disorder, trying to flee or regroup. John Carter and Lisa Brown guided human forces to intercept. Every move, every strike was precise. Humans did not waste energy or resources. Even damaged ships continued to fight, creating openings for others. Alex Morris led a squadron through an asteroid field, using the terrain to their advantage. Alien ships could not follow without risk of collision. Human ships struck from above, below, and the sides. Energy pulses disabled weapons and engines. Chaos multiplied among the aliens. Vorin's anger turned to desperation. He realized his armada was losing not because of weakness, but because humans were unpredictable, clever, and fearless. "Then we fight without order," he roared. "Scatter and destroy, let none survive." But by now it was too late. The humans had prepared for chaos. Hidden ships moved to block escape routes. Decoys led aliens into traps. Small interceptors disabled engines, forcing collisions. Energy pulses from hidden satellites and civilian devices added to the destruction. Alien ships exploded, drifted, or surrendered. John Carter watched the holographic map, seeing his plan unfold perfectly. "This is what humans do," he said quietly. "We adapt, we fight smart, and we never give up. Even when the enemy is stronger, we find a way." Lisa Brown coordinated rescue operations for disabled human ships, guiding pilots back to hidden bases. Every ship mattered. Every pilot mattered. Humans fought not just to survive, but to protect each other. This unity made them stronger than the alien fleet had anticipated. Kevin and Mary moved away from the command ship, which was now drifting helplessly. Surrounding alien ships had lost coordination and were easy targets. Small human cruisers struck, causing explosions and confusion. The remaining aliens tried to flee, but escape routes were blocked by hidden fleets. Humans forced them back into the fight. On the bridge of the alien flagship, Vorin could see defeat. Ships were exploding all around. Smaller units were lost. His strategy had failed. He realized that humans would never kneel, never surrender, and never fear. They fought with courage and intelligence. The kind of courage aliens could not understand. "Retreat," he asked. His officers hesitated. Some suggested fleeing, others suggested fighting to the last. Vorin did not answer. He knew it would not matter. Humans had proven their strength. Their tactics had destroyed the backbone of the alien fleet. Even if some ships survived, the message was clear. Earth would not bow. Humans would not kneel. John Carter allowed himself a brief smile. The second phase of the battle was complete. Humanity had struck a devastating blow to the alien armada. Their numbers were reduced, their morale shattered, and their confidence broken. The galaxy would soon hear of the human spirit and the cunning of their tactics. Alex Morris and his pilots returned to hidden hangars. Ships were damaged, but repairable. Scientists like Mary Cole and Eric Hall began working on energy pulses and new devices for the next phase. Civilians continued to support operations in secret, proving that every human, not just soldiers, could contribute to the fight. The alien fleet limped away, badly damaged, shocked by human tactics. Vorin realized that no simple threat or display of power could conquer humans. They were clever, united, and fearless. Every attempt to intimidate them only made them stronger. John Carter, looking at the holographic map one last time, whispered, "They thought we would kneel. They thought we would surrender. They were wrong. Humans fight not just to survive, but to protect what is theirs. They will never bow." Lisa Brown nodded beside him. "And this is only the beginning. The aliens will return, but we are ready. Humans are always ready when they fight for home." The stars above Earth were quiet again, except for the smoldering wrecks of alien ships drifting in space. The first full battle had been won. Humans had proved their intelligence, courage, and strength. They had shown that even against a powerful enemy, unity and strategy could overcome raw numbers. And far in space, the surviving aliens would carry this lesson forever. Humans were not weak. Humans were not simple. Humans were deadly when they fought for their world. The galaxy would soon know that Earth was a planet that could not be conquered, a world that would never kneel. And humanity, united and strong, was ready for whatever came next. The alien fleet was scattered and damaged. Many ships were destroyed, some drifting helplessly in space. The survivors tried to regroup, but humans had already learned their weaknesses. Every move the aliens made was anticipated, every attempt to flee or fight countered. Earth was no longer a world to be conquered. It was a trap for any who thought to challenge it. John Carter studied the holographic map in the command center. The alien fleet was in chaos, but some of their ships were still operational. He turned to Lisa Brown. "This is the moment," he said. "We cannot stop. We need to finish what we started. They cannot recover if we strike now." Lisa nodded. "We have everything we need: pilots, ships, civilians. Energy pulses are ready, decoys are in place, and hidden ships are positioned to block escape routes. This is our chance to show that humans never surrender." In the hidden hangars, Alex Morris and his team prepared the next wave of ships. These were faster, stronger, and equipped with new energy disruptors. Engines roared as every ship was tested. Pilots trained relentlessly, reviewing the strategy for total annihilation. Every move had to be precise. Mistakes were not allowed. The fate of Earth depended on them. Kevin Ross led the first squadron of this new wave. He was joined by Mary Cole and Eric Hall, flying their own cruisers with enhanced weapons. Hidden behind asteroids and debris, the ships waited. The alien fleet was still disorganized, attempting to flee toward the outer solar system, but human ships blocked every escape route. Decoys and energy pulses made tracking humans nearly impossible. "Remember," Kevin said over the comms, "we strike fast, hit hard, and disappear. No hesitation. We protect each other and we protect Earth. This is what we trained for." The aliens, led by Vorin, realized too late that their retreat was blocked. Small human cruisers moved in from behind, while others attacked from the sides. Energy pulses disabled engines, weapons, and communication systems. Alien ships collided or drifted helplessly. Panic spread through the remaining vessels. "Attack them with everything," Vorin shouted, but the humans had already anticipated such desperation. Hidden ships moved to intercept, and decoy formations confused alien targeting. One by one, the remaining ships were disabled or destroyed. Humans did not fight blindly, they fought with intelligence, coordination, and unity. John Carter monitored the battle, guiding ships and giving orders. "Focus on command ships first," he instructed. "Break their coordination, then the rest will fall. Remember, speed and strategy are our strongest weapons." Alex Morris moved a group of small cruisers through an asteroid field, using it as cover to attack alien ships. Energy pulses knocked out weapons and engines, causing several ships to collide. Human pilots struck quickly, then disappeared behind asteroids before alien weapons could react. The aliens could not understand the tactics. Every attempt to fight back only caused more confusion. Mary Cole led a squadron directly at a large alien ship. Her weapons struck critical points, disabling its shields. Kevin Ross followed with a precise attack, forcing the ship into a collision with another damaged vessel. The resulting explosion spread panic through the fleet. Eric Hall used his energy disruptor to disable the last operational weapons on a nearby command ship. The aliens were helpless. Vorin screamed in rage. "They are everywhere. How can humans be in all places at once?" "Their tactics are unpredictable, Commander," one officer admitted. "They are clever, fast, and coordinated. They do not fear death, and they do not fight to survive. They fight to win." John Carter allowed himself a brief smile. Humans had turned every disadvantage into strength. Their smaller ships, hidden locations, and clever tactics had destroyed what the aliens thought was invincible. Now, the final phase would begin: total annihilation of the enemy armada. Lisa Brown coordinated hidden fleets. Energy pulses were ready to strike remaining alien ships, while decoys drew attention away from human forces. Civilians in orbital stations monitored every move, guiding the strikes with precision. Humans fought as one, united in purpose, and the aliens could not break their unity. Kevin, Mary, and Eric led the final attacks. They struck at the remaining command ships, disabling engines, weapons, and communication systems. Alien ships drifted helplessly, exploding in space. Panic spread like wildfire among the survivors. Many attempted to flee, but hidden human fleets blocked escape routes. Decoys lured ships into deadly traps. Every move of the aliens had already been anticipated. Vorin realized the truth too late. Humans were not weak. Humans were clever, brave, and relentless. Every attack had been planned, every weakness exploited. The alien fleet, once proud and enormous, was now nearly destroyed. "Retreat!" Vorin shouted, but there was nowhere to go. Human ships had surrounded them. Energy pulses disrupted their engines, weapons, and sensors. Explosions filled space as the final alien ships were destroyed. Vorin watched helplessly as his armada was annihilated. Humans had proven they would never kneel, and they would never surrender. On Earth, civilians watched distant flashes in space, still unaware of the full scale of the battle. Only those involved in secret operations knew the truth. Humans had struck a powerful alien armada and destroyed it almost completely. The galaxy would soon learn that Earth was a force to be reckoned with. John Carter and Lisa Brown coordinated the last strikes, ensuring no alien ship could escape. Energy pulses, hidden fleets, and decoy ships worked perfectly. Every remaining alien ship was destroyed or disabled. Humans had not just won, they had annihilated the enemy armada. Alex Morris returned to the hangar, exhausted but proud. Pilots celebrated quietly. Civilians and scientists worked to recover and repair ships. The hidden teams had achieved what the galaxy thought impossible. Humans had defeated a superior alien fleet through intelligence, courage, and unity. Kevin Ross, Mary Cole, and Eric Hall watched the last alien ships explode in space. Silence followed. The war was over, at least for now. Humans had proven their strength, strategy, and determination. They had shown that even against a powerful and technologically advanced enemy, Earth would not kneel. Vorin's surviving officers floated in space, stunned. They had underestimated humans, believing them weak and primitive. Now they understood that humans were dangerous, unpredictable, and fearless. The lesson would spread across the galaxy. Humans were not to be challenged. John Carter looked at Earth from the command center. The planet was safe, the skies above calm once more. He whispered, "They thought we would kneel, they were wrong. Humans fight not just to survive, but to protect what is theirs. They never surrender." Lisa Brown stood beside him. "And the galaxy will remember this." Humans are strong, united, and clever. We fought with courage, intelligence, and heart. Earth is ours, and it will never bow. Hidden ships returned to their secret bases. Pilots, scientists, and civilians prepared for recovery. Every move had been precise, every action calculated. Humans had proven that intelligence, courage, and unity could overcome even the most powerful enemy. Vorin, far in space, realized the full truth. Humans were not like other species he had conquered. They would fight until the end, and they would protect their home at any cost. The galaxy would never forget the lesson Earth had taught. Humans do not kneel, and they do not surrender. The stars above were calm once again, but humans knew the galaxy would soon change its view of Earth. Humans had shown the full power of their courage, intelligence, and unity. The alien armada was gone, and humanity had emerged victorious. John Carter and Lisa Brown watched the horizon of space, knowing this victory was just the beginning. Humans had proven themselves, but they would always prepare, always adapt, always fight. Earth was safe for now, and humanity had shown the galaxy that they were not to be underestimated. And from that moment on, humanity would never be seen as weak again. The galaxy had learned the hard way that humans could fight, win, and annihilate even the mightiest enemy. The battle was over. The alien armada had been destroyed. Only a few damaged ships drifted in space, powerless and abandoned. Earth was safe, but the cost of preparation and tension had been high. Humans had faced the greatest threat in history and had won through intelligence, courage, and unity. The galaxy would never forget what had happened. John Carter walked through the command center, exhausted but proud. Screens still displayed the remnants of the alien fleet drifting helplessly in the solar system. He turned to Lisa Brown. "We did it," he said quietly. "Earth is safe. Humanity has shown the galaxy our strength." Lisa nodded. "Yes, but it is more than strength. It is courage, intelligence, and unity. Every person, from pilots to civilians, played a part. The galaxy will remember that." Alex Morris moved among the hangars, inspecting ships. Many were damaged but repairable. Pilots returned from the battlefield, tired but victorious. Small celebrations broke out quietly in the hidden bases. Humans had proven their might not through brute force alone, but through strategy, planning, and courage. Kevin Ross, Mary Cole, and Eric Hall gathered with other pilots. They looked at the distant debris of alien ships. Flashes of explosions still shimmered faintly in space. Kevin shook his head. "I still can't believe it. We actually destroyed their armada." "They thought we would kneel, but we didn't. We never did," Mary smiled. "Humans never kneel, not when our home is threatened, not when the people we love are in danger. We fight, we adapt, and we win." Eric nodded. "And we fought together. That's what made us stronger than their numbers. We fought as one. That is something they could never understand." Far in space, the surviving alien ships transmitted messages back to their home systems. Reports of defeat, chaos, and human cunning spread quickly. The galaxy had believed humans weak, primitive, and simple. Now every race would know the truth. Humans were clever, fearless, and united Earth was not a world to be conquered. John Carter and Lisa Brown prepared a message of their own. It was simple but clear. It would be sent to the Galactic Council, to every nearby species, and to anyone who might consider threatening Earth in the future. The message was short. Humans do not kneel. Humans do not surrender. Earth is free, united, and strong. Alex Morris watched as the message was sent through deep space channels. "Let them hear it," he said. "Let the galaxy know that humans cannot be intimidated and that we will fight for what is ours." In the hidden hangars, repair teams worked tirelessly. Ships were restored to full strength. Energy pulses were recharged. Pilots trained again, not for immediate battle, but for readiness. Humans knew that the galaxy would remember their victory and there might be new threats in the future. Preparation was key. Civilians who had participated quietly in the operations were recognized. Their work had been crucial: energy systems, hidden devices, communication networks. Humans had proven that every person mattered. Bravery was not limited to pilots or soldiers. Courage was shared by everyone who had contributed. Kevin, Mary, and Eric flew a patrol near the outer edges of the solar system. They checked for any remaining alien ships, ensuring none could regroup. The remnants were small, helpless, and powerless. The threat was over. For now, Earth was safe. John Carter looked at the planet below from orbit. Cities glimmered with lights, oceans shimmered under the sun, and people lived their lives unaware of how close they had come to disaster. He whispered, "They thought Earth would kneel. They were wrong. We fought, we won, and humanity proved its strength. This is our home, and we will protect it at all costs. Lisa Brown stood beside him. And the galaxy will remember. They will know that humans are not to be underestimated. We do not fear. We do not surrender. We fight for our home, our people, and our future. The alien commander Vorin, surviving in a small ship far away, transmitted a final report. He had underestimated humans completely. Every plan, every expectation had failed. His armada was gone, destroyed by smaller, weaker, but clever and united beings. He realized the galaxy had changed. Humans were no longer a simple species. They were dangerous, cunning, and fearless. On Earth, celebrations began quietly. Governments released statements acknowledging the bravery of hidden pilots, engineers, and civilians. The public did not yet know the scale of the battle, but news of space defense success boosted morale. Humanity had survived, humanity had won, and the galaxy had learned that Earth would never bow. John Carter returned to his office, exhausted. He reviewed every report, every transmission, every calculation. Humans had proven themselves. Every plan had succeeded, every tactic had worked, and the alien fleet had been destroyed. The victory was not easy, but it was complete. Lisa Brown joined him, carrying reports from the hidden hangars. "They will rebuild," she said. "Other species will hear of this, but we are ready. Humans have shown what we can do. The galaxy will not forget." "And we will continue to prepare," John said. "Humans are always ready. We adapt, we learn, and we fight. No one will test Earth and survive." Alex Morris walked in, smiling. "Repairs are underway. Pilots are resting. Civilians are helping. Everything is being restored. We fought well, but we are not complacent." Humans do not rest when their home is threatened. Kevin Ross and Mary Cole joined them, looking tired but proud. "We did it," Kevin said. "We destroyed the Armada. They thought we would surrender. We never did," Mary nodded. "And we never will." Humans fight for each other, for their home, and for the future. We adapt, we think, and we win. That is what makes us strong. Eric Hall added, "And the galaxy will remember. Earth is a world that cannot be conquered. Humans do not kneel. Humans do not surrender. We protect what is ours, no matter the cost." John Carter sent the final messages to the Galactic Council. He detailed the destruction of the alien armada, the tactics used, and the strength of humanity. The message was simple but clear. Humans are united, intelligent, and courageous. Earth will not bow, and any who threaten it will face the same fate. In space, the remnants of the alien fleet drifted, powerless and defeated. Vorin and his officers understood their failure. The galaxy had learned the truth. Humans were not weak, humans were clever, and humans were fearless. No one would test Earth again without consequence. On Earth, life slowly returned to normal. Children played in parks, cities bustled, and people went about their daily routines. Most did not know the true scale of the battle, but the hidden teams continued to prepare, repair, and strengthen defenses. Humans had learned a valuable lesson. Vigilance, intelligence, and unity were keys to survival. John Carter looked at Earth from orbit one last time. He whispered, "We protected our home, we destroyed the threat. Humanity has proven itself. The galaxy will never underestimate us again." Lisa Brown stood beside him. "And humans will continue to fight, to protect, and to thrive. Earth is ours. We never kneel. We never surrender." The galaxy will remember this day forever. Alex Morris, Kevin Ross, Mary Cole, and Eric Hall joined them, looking at the stars. The victory was complete. Humans had fought bravely, with intelligence and unity. They had destroyed a powerful alien armada and sent a message across the galaxy. Earth was free, united, and strong. And from that day on, humanity's place in the galaxy was clear. They were clever, fearless, and unstoppable when fighting for their home. No one would dare challenge them again. Earth was safe, humans had triumphed, and the galaxy had learned the hard lesson. Humans do not kneel, humans do not surrender, and Earth would always be protected by its clever and courageous people. Humanity had won.